Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. It is that time of the month again, and as of a few hours ago, the Double Evolution tournament has officially started and is now underway. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing what I do best and showcasing 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks to use to have success with and win games in this tournament. As you can see, I'm currently 5-0 undefeated win streak to begin this tourney, and in today's video, I'll be going for 10 wins total, 1 win with each of the aforementioned decks to showcase how to play them and demonstrate how they can perform in the meta. If we take a look at the tournament info, we play with 2 evolutions. It's going to be a 4-day long tournament, normal battle game mode, so no special shenanigans with any other fancy game modes, and the level cap is going to be level 11. So we're going to get right into the deck breakdowns, but before we do that, I have a special announcement, and that is that these decks are actually verifiably vetted by a professional coach for Clash Royale. That's right, shout out to my friend Alan. He actually did join my live stream earlier today and help me cook a few decks up that are actually going to be doing really well in the current meta. All deck links that you guys want to try out will be in the description below, so just feel free to head to the description and copy any deck you see fit. Again, I will be going through each of the decks and doing a special breakdown explaining how each deck works, and then again playing and winning one game with each of the decks. I'll be keeping the 5th deck a secret until the end of the video, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into the deck breakdowns. Thank you again, Alan, for the special advice. So starting out, we have Hog Rider Earthquake. I am actually such a big fan of this deck. It's one of my favorite decks of all time. Obviously, I'm an Expo player, but this deck has just always been a special one in my heart. We have the Evo Firecracker, Evo Tesla. Evo Tesla was nerfed in the form of the base Tesla, but I think it's still the best building in Hog EQ because you do need that air defense. We have the Firecracker plus Tesla for good support. This is just all around a super powerful deck, and it's just versatile in every sense of the word. You have the best defense possible with the Firecracker, the Mighty Miner, the Tesla, and the 2 cycle cards. You can literally defend any push in the entire game, whether that's ground swarm pushes, whether that's beatdown pushes like Giant or Golem, or whether that's even Lava Hound in the skies. You do have the Firecracker and the Tesla. You have every possible option to defend. You have the Earthquake for offense. You have the Mighty Miner in terms of the champion, enabling the 3-card cycle. And biggest thing, guys, about this tournament that is not just exclusive to this Hog EQ deck, but we are going to be playing with the Princess Tower in all 5 decks today because Princess Tower is so back. I'm actually so happy to be able to say that as well. We had such an oppressive Dagger Duchess meta for so long, but we are finally back with the Princess Tower, and that does mean that so many new win cons are just back in the meta and viable again, including Hog Rider, because Hog was pretty weak against Dagger Duchess. You know, she just does very well against it. So now that we're back to Princess, Hog can finally shine, and this is definitely going to be one of my favorite decks that I'm showcasing today. We are actually up against Expo right now. Very interesting. Going to go for a Tesla on the Dark Goblin and Expo, then, or rather Log on the Dark Goblin Expo, then Tesla to kill the Expo. So very interesting that we get an Expo matchup. Honestly, I was going to say that Expo is pretty weak in the current meta, and I'm not sure how it's going to fare actually. So interesting to see it, but this should be pretty easy considering I do have the Earthquake, and I feel like a good Expo player can make the matchup painful, but we don't really know what this guy's going to be running. And after seeing the Dark Goblin, already does not look like any kind of meta Expo deck. Just going to go for a Hog at the bridge. There's literally like no worries about this. He might have a NATO or something because he's leaking. No, he just goes for a late E-Wiz, I guess, but there's like no stress with playing Hog anymore. As you can see, we get 2 hits. Very nice. Just gonna go for the Firecracker, Ice Spirit, and then I'm gonna get back to my Mighty Miner because I do need to. Oh my god, that's on the tower. Wow. Okay, that is really bad. But the Firecracker should splash to the point where I will be able to take the Expo out. So guys, that is very unlucky. The Ice Spirit jumped, and then the Firecracker like blasted herself backwards, so actually was not able to tank for that Expo in time. That was a very unfortunate interaction, but we're still going to be able to get a lot of damage back with this counter push. We have the Firecracker staying alive. We have the Hog getting 1, 2, maybe 3 hits. Just 2 hits is also fine. Just going to go for the Skellies, and I'm actually not going to Ice Spirit on this E-Wiz because I do want to conserve Elixir for this next Expo, but honestly, this is still a good start. Even though he did get that damage, it's not that big of a deal because as you can see, Earthquake does so much. I also could have logged that last Expo as well, but I decided not to just because I did indeed have the Firecracker splashing. He has a P.E.K.K.A. That is so wild. Honestly, this deck doesn't have the greatest P.E.K.K.A. defenses. Like, Mighty Miner is a great card, but you don't really want a P.E.K.K.A. You don't really want a Mighty Miner on a P.E.K.K.A., but it's not that big of a deal. I think I can just kind of still set up for my defense and it should be okay. Gonna log to kill this bomber, and then if he does go for an Expo, I'll be totally fine. I'll just go Mighty Miner like all the way in the corner here so that it can tank, and then I'll go for the Hog on the Expo plus Earthquake to just get something done. As you can see, Hog itself is a very good expo counter. Gonna log the Dark Goblin. He got literally no damage, so it's really just a question of not feeding the P.E.K.K.A. You know, you don't just want to go Mighty Miner right on top. And speaking of feeding the P.E.K.K.A., this is actually feeding my Firecracker, because I can just Firecracker the bridge right now. Evo Firecracker, such a strong card, and that's just gonna ruin this guy's entire day. Let's go for a Mighty opposite lane. And really good zap. That almost caught me off guard, but I was just barely able to hold off. Gonna go for the Skellies plus Firecracker, cutting this P.E.K.K.A. at the very last second. And I'll go for my Evo Tesla right about now for both the minions and the P.E.K.K.A. We'll get the Death Pulse out, which will also contribute, and that's going to be a beautiful defense. As you guys can see, like, this deck just does so well. It was a bit stressful at some points, but it was really not a big concern at all. You can just hog right on top of the Expo this time. Good zap, honestly. He did get some pretty nice, like, last-minute plays, I guess, but honestly, just having the Earthquake in there means you're just going to be very safe, and there's no real concern. Like, even though he got locks, I was not scared for my win at any point during that match. Expo is just, unfortunately, a pretty weak archetype right now, and that's like a homemade Expo deck, so kind of wild, but that's going to be a great first win of the video. Let's move on to the next deck, and this is going to be Prince Bait. So I was actually going to showcase a different deck, but Alan, again, the coach I mentioned, and a good friend of mine, he actually does indeed help me as well. Like, he's technically my coach. He doesn't, I don't like pay him, and he doesn't like carry me throughout the bracket, but when I play CRL, he does help me build decks. So again, that's why I'm just very happy to have him helping out with this video, and just giving his knowledge. He does help me build the best deck list. And speaking of deck lists, we have Prince Bait. I was going to go with Recruits, but I think Prince Bait is more versatile in the meta, I guess, is what Alan told me. So it's basically Rascal's Log Bait, and we do not have a Rocket in here. The way this deck works is you just have so much bait, like it's an insane amount of swarm. You have the Goblin Barrel, you have the Dark Goblin, Princess, Goblin Gang, and Rascals. You have 5 targets of Log Bait, so you can literally just play any of them, and then the second the opponent uses a spell on one of them, the other 4 can run rampant. You also have the Prince, which is still very strong. It did get nerfed, emergency nerfed from the charge distance of 1.5 tiles up to 2 tiles, but still a very strong card. 2 instead of 3 is still crazy, so Prince is a very strong card overall. We do not have a big spell again. That's the only thing I dislike about this deck, but for the most part, you have enough pressure that you should be fine without that. We have the Evo Knight instead, and I think, you know, this deck doesn't actually have 2 Evos if we had the Rocket instead of the Knight, which is normally what we would have here. So we are running the Evo Knight just because Evo Knight is still a very solid card, and you can especially do some crazy dual lane pressure with this deck. I feel like Evo Barrel is an okay card. It's not the best, but it does shine with dual lane pressure because, you know, it shoots 2 barrels, of course, and then since we do have a lot of dual lane pressure in this deck in the form of Rascals, Gang, you can split them all. You can go like Rascals on one side, Knight, Barrel on the other side. Then you have the Evo Barrel helping out. I feel like this is just going to be a crazy swarm fest of Log Bait, and I'm pretty excited to play this deck. Again, the literal only downside of this deck is the fact that you don't have a big spell, but you still have so much pressure that it might not even matter in a lot of situations. So good luck. Just going to start with a Goblin Barrel first play. And as you can see, we are facing a lot of Princess Towers right now. Not that much Dagger Duchess, which I think is going to be the way the meta's going to be shaping up to be. I feel like, you know, there might be some Cannoneers here and there, because Cannoneer is not that bad of a card. I'll go for the Gang as well, because he's actually like leaking Elixir. I'm okay to do that. Cannoneer might be a better option than Princess, I'm not sure. Personally, I actually do like the Princess more. Just because she's more versatile and kind of stable on defense. We see a pretty big push, and this is going to be a bit of a problem because I don't exactly have a good building to defend these Ram Riders. Hold up, the Prince kind of got melted. It's going to have to get back to my log, and this is a bit sketchy now because, again, I do not have the best Ram Rider counters. I'm going to have to go for like a Prince charge and then a log or something to kill the Ram. So the other weakness, I guess, of this deck is you don't have a building, so it might be a bit of a problem, but it shouldn't be the end of the world by any means. We're going to Princess for all of this. Then I can go for a Barrel. Notice I didn't really overcommit there. I could have like maybe counter-pushed with something, but I just wanted to see what he had and conserve Elixir. Let's go for the Barrel right now. Goes for the Archers to kill the Princess. Fair play. Ewas again. Yep, Ewas again. I can ignore these Archers. At least I think I can. Okay, maybe I can't, but I still will. Yeah, 1 hit is not the end of the world, I guess. We'll go for the Gang. He might go for the same play, Valkyrie plus Ram Rider. I'll try and be more prepared this time. I know he has arrows in this deck as well, so that's going to be a bit problematic. We'll go Prince right about now. I feel like he's going to Ram behind it. Will that charge? It almost did, but okay, the old Prince definitely would have charged, but he's still going to have to respond to this Prince. I wonder how. Does he have a Skarmy back in cycle? If not, he's screwed, but if he does... Okay, P.E.K.K.A, wow. We'll go Dark Goblin. This might bait out arrows, and then if he does go arrows, I have Rascals after the fact. Yep, perfect. So as you guys can see, literal log bait. We go for all our stuff, and then we have even more afterwards. So we're going to go Princess Bridge right now, because if he goes Skarmy on it, I can log. And come on, log. Get down in time. Nice. Great protection of the Princess, and as you can see now, we are thriving. We're getting a lot of damage back. Force out the Ewas, and he does not have a set of arrows in cycle, so I can actually go for the barrel right now with this knight tanking, and he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Evo Valk is actually a good play, honestly, but it's not enough. We're still going to get 3 goblin stabs, so really good stuff. Going to get my prince ready. Need to get back to my log, actually, because I have a feeling he's going to go for a ram rider soon. This matchup is honestly pretty rough, I will say. Yeah, Jesus. Let's go for the Rascals. Let's log as last second as we possibly can to reset that Ram Rider charge. And then hopefully it doesn't charge. It does. Oh, God. Yeah, this matchup is rough, honestly, because I don't really have a great building response. Let's see if we can bait out something on offense. I'm going to have to make something special happen on offense. I'm not sure how, but I will try my best, guys. It's not over. It's definitely not over yet. Okay, that was a really bad princess. Yikes. Okay. This might be game. Wait, let me get the log to reset the ram. He does call the game, but it's not game yet. Prince is still alive. And we do take 2 ram hits. That hurts, but I'll go barrel in the back. P.E.K.K.A does come down. Barrel in the back. Come on, do something. Arrows. Oh, guys, this actually might be game. Oh, no. That P.E.K.K.A is invalidating me. Honestly, like, Rascal's bait, the one weakness is no big spell. The other weakness is no building, I guess. I forgot about that as well. That has been hurting me. I'll still reset with a prince the back. I mean, I'm still not going to give up, of course. I'm not going to give up. By no means am I going to give up. But it does look painful right about now. Prince charge. Princess is going to put in a lot of work on that Skarmy. Wait, we can, like, maybe overwhelm him here. That Valkyrie's going to die, right? So I'll go Rascals. I'll go barrel at the bridge. And I'll just spam. Like, I'm literally just trying to get something done here. Maybe. Maybe I can make something happen here. Log as well. Something. Pressure. Oh, my God. Wait, that's a lot on the tower. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Okay, that was so stressed. I was like, oh, my God, am I going to lose at the second game of the video? But as you guys can see, Rascal's bait does have the capability to break through even against decks that have a lot of good counters to you. So honestly, I would say that was kind of a rough matchup. Also, why did he never go pump? I don't understand. I just found out he had a pump, and he definitely should have gone for it. You know, he had Valk, which is good. Skarmy's a bit annoying for my deck, but mainly the Ram Rider behind a P.E.K.K.A or a Valkyrie. I don't really have any good responses. You only have the log to reset. So guys, one weakness of this deck again is probably Hog EQ and like Ram Rider decks. And I guess pump, since you don't have a big spell, but he never utilized that even once, so that was a bit sus on his end. We were able to just barely come out on top. I'm very proud of that win. Honestly, that one was a lot more stressful than it should have been, considering it's like a weird mid ladder deck. But with the right amount of pressure and card cycle counting, you know, he did not have arrows in cycle, so I just started spamming heavy and then getting like a prince to set up, and I was able to overwhelm. So very grateful for that. Let's keep the win streak going. Moving on to Mighty Miner Logbait, guys. This is so back. This is Riley's favorite deck, and I think he did not finish number 1 with this deck. He got his number 1 finish with Spell Cycle, but he's gotten some of his best ever ladder finishes with this deck, and he does currently have a ranking of number 1 in the world, if not mistaken. Let's check the leaderboards just to verify real quick. He's number 3 now, but I think he's asleep. It's like 7 a.m. in Canada, but he is playing this exact deck on ladder, guys. This Mighty Miner bait deck. Evo Scalies, Evo Barrel. So Evo Barrel is kind of doing numbers. I feel like it's not a great Evo, but it's not terrible. You do have dual lane pressure again. I didn't really get to do that in the last matchup because I was already kind of going in the same lane as my opponent there, but maybe that's something I could have experimented with at some point. I don't know. But this deck's a much more stable version of Logbait. We do have the big spell and the building, so both of the weaknesses that I just mentioned. If you guys like bridge spam and kind of like pressure, this is the deck for you. If you like a more stable cycle deck, this is the deck for you because we do have the building and the rocket again. Mighty Miner is a 3-card cycle gifter in this deck, and we have the princess to just kind of act as a win con sometimes where you go princess bridge. We have the rocket to edge out games at the very end. If you can't break through with your barrels, you can just rocket cycle them. And then Evo Scalies, so good on defense. This deck is just so good on defense. I played it and it was so fun. I'm actually really excited to be playing this deck. I might even play it for fun on ladder myself, but yeah, this deck has a lot of potential. And we have the cannon, by the way. I just want to say real quick that Alan did say Inferno Tower is a bit safer over cannon in some matchups, especially against like Lava Hound, because Lava's pretty tough with this deck. Like Riley can beat it because that's Riley, but it's still kind of tough sometimes. So you can feel free to use a Inferno Tower if you want instead of cannon, guys. I wouldn't say Tesla though. I'd say either cannon or Inferno Tower only. We are against this guy Dustlake TR. And he does have a top 200 finish on his profile, so should be a decent player, as we are up against Recruit's Bait. Very toxic deck. Again, a deck that I was considering playing for this video, actually. I decided not to, though. We get the Firecracker. Let me go for the log. And then Princess to hopefully kill that. Okay, the Firecracker's still going strong, unfortunately. I'll go for the cannon over here, though. And then Princess should clear everything. Yup, and I can maybe activate King off the Firecracker. Unless the Princess kills it. Okay, I mean, I'm not complaining about Princess doing work. But yeah. Let's go for our Ice Spirit as well to maybe protect the Princess. Okay, we see a Mighty Miner. I'm actually going to log, honestly. And let's Skellies for the breakers, and then let's cannon for the mighty. That should be an okay defense. Yeah, he goes cannon, nice, really good cannon, or he goes goblins, really good cannon, then it'll get so much value, as you guys can see. Cannon is such a good building, and I feel like I could Princess Bridge right now, but I won't, because I want to be safe. Now, this matchup, I think, should be okay, but it's not going to be easy, because he does have a ton of spam, and it's just going to be kind of annoying. He also has a Firecracker. I'll Mighty Miner once that drops, try and prevent as much damage as I can. Pretty good Mighty Miner. We didn't take too much damage, I guess. I'm not going to Princess Bridge, honestly. I feel like Princess Bridge is pretty good in this matchup, but I need to be careful because he does have a lot of spam and stuff in this deck. We will elect a Mighty Ability here because that would be pretty good value, honestly. For 1 elixir, like, that's good value, you know? He does go for the arrow, so now we can try and cook with our Evo Skellies, I think. So let's go log. Let's Evo Skellies this side, and then let's try and defend the other side. Evo Skellies, please don't let me down. They kind of let me down, I guess, but we can go Mighty Ability here, and that'll get a lot of value. I'm going to have to sack all of this in the other side, guys, because I have to log. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage. Not what I want to see. Again, I don't think this matchup is that great, but I still think I can come back maybe, but this is not a great start, honestly. Let's Princess Bridge. I think it's a pretty good option. Then we'll Ice Spirit to predict maybe a Mighty. We got the Goblins. Nothing else in cycle, really. Let's go for a pre-cannon, and then we got some decent Princess Bridge damage, I suppose. We'll get our Mighty down for the 3-card cycle. He's going to get his own Mighty, and I think he has a Firecracker, so that's going to be annoying for sure. But we are back to a new cannon once more, so that's why you pre-cannon, guys. You get back to a new one. We get back to that for the Skeleton Barrel. I'm back to my Princess as well. Log for the breakers plus the Firecracker, and we are kind of in this game. It's looking very dumb and obnoxious, but we are in it, right? So that's the most important part. Let's go Barrel Ice Spirit right now. Oh, really good Goblins to predict my Goblin Barrel, actually. That might lose me the game right there. Let's go Evo Skellies. I really need them to cook, dude. I don't know if they will, honestly. I really need you to do something, Evo Skellies. They actually did do work there. Thank you, Evo Skeleton. Shout out to you. Let's pop our ability. Great value on that ability. We are actually still doing okay. I think he's going to predict a Princess Bridge maybe, so I'm not going to Princess Bridge. Yeah, he did. There's the Mighty Miner to predict that, so I'm just going to go Barrel. Force out the arrows, and now the Princess can get a lot of value because he went for the arrows. Let's activate King off this Firecracker. Beautiful activation. We'll take some damage, but it's definitely worth it. Wow, it shoots twice to kill the Princess. That's so unlucky. Honestly, I went Mighty Miner to protect my Princess, but I guess the game had other ideas. Dude, this is stressful. I actually am stressed right now. I'm not going to lie to you guys because he has so much spam. Let's log the tower, though. I need that tower damage, so I will take that. And then let's go Mighty High. Mighty Ability as well. Cannon. We are actually still in this Skellies for that. Ice Spirit for the Barrel. Log, so I don't take any damage. No damage? Okay, we're actually somehow alive. Honestly, like, I haven't really taken any damage other than that big, like, time I took damage at the start, right, guys? So, he does go arrows. I think he's going to predict a Barrel, so I'm not going to go Barrel. I think he's going to go, like, Goblins behind. So I'm going to predict that. Okay, he does go like that. Let me go Barrel then now. Let's go Princess back. We can log on offense. And then pre-cannon. And this is so tense. This is so tense, bro. The Princess again. The cannon should take that Skeleton Barrel. Yup. Go cannon again. Oh, no. I have to get back to a log. Evo Skellies as well. And then log will hit that, yo. Log will hit the Firecracker. I have to Rocket Tower. I have to Rocket Tower. I have no other choice. Literally no other choice. So then Princess again. I'm in this game technically, but it's so sketchy. Let's go log. Let's cannon, then I have to rocket. Maybe I can get it down in time, please. Log. Oh my god. Oh, let's go. Let's go. That was the closest ending. Why is this game, why is this video today so close? Oh my god, so filled with so many close games, dude. That was insane. But we won. Let's go, guys. That's what it's all about. So, honestly, I feel like that's kind of a rough matchup. I don't think it's that easy at all because he does have the Firecracker. He has so much spam. And then it's just rough. Like, I don't think it's that good. Honest opinion, I don't think it's that good. But we were able to get it done. Let's go. Normally, they're supposed to run Evo Wall Breakers, not Evo Firecracker, if I'm not mistaken. So that also made it worse. But we were able to just defend perfectly, dude. That almost might be a YouTube short with how close that defense was. This is just too close for comfort, man. What are these games? These last two in a row. But log bait, guys, as you can see, you can get the job done. Even against, like, weird, stupid decks, even rough matchups, you can win. if you outplay your opponents, it does have that potential and capability. So very beautiful stuff. Let's move on to the next one. We have LavaLoon Void. Honestly, one of the strongest decks in the entire game right now. One of my friends, Dominic, is very high on ladder with this deck. I think he's at like top 20 or top 30, and this looks to be the best new variant of LavaHound with the Evo Valk, Evo Zap. So the premise behind this deck is Void is such a strong card, you just void out any lava counters, like even Inferno Tower, Inferno Dragon, Executioner, like you can even void out stuff like a Sparky if you want, but mainly like Tesla, Inferno Dragon, like basically single units that are going to pose a threat to your LavaHound, right? Or your LavaLoon push. That's what you want to deal with using the Void. Then we do have really good defense. We have the Valkyrie, and we have the Tombstone. So very safe ground counters. And the iDrag, which is a great card both on offense and defense. And Skeleton Dragons as well. Very nice, all-rounded card. I didn't think Skeleton Dragons were that good, but a lot of like my friends in this pro group chat we have, like Riley, were saying that Skeleton Dragons are really like broken right now. So I'm not sure about that. I guess it's because they run Fireball, but I guess they can be pretty solid, huh? But yeah, basically you can build a big lava push, Loon behind. You have the support of the iDrag if you want, and then Void as well. And Evo Zap is like one of the best Evos in the game actually still. So it's going to be a very nice support card. And honestly, I always say this when I play LavaHound, but I'm really not a LavaHound player, nor am I very confident in playing LavaHound. So I'll try my best, honestly, but I do get nervous when I play LavaHound. Like, it's just not really a deck that I play very much. But I'm just going to Lava first play with this hand, and usually with LavaHound in general, Lava first play is kind of an acceptable first play, to be honest. We see the Night Witch, so this might be Elixir Golem, because Skelly's Night Witch, and he voids the lava. That is a terrible play, honestly. I don't know why he would do that. Like, that is really a bad play, in my opinion, because now, what's he going to do, like, against this push? Wizard? Okay, let's Balloon in the left, and then let's zap the Wizard. Hopefully we can kill that Wizard. That's going to be important. Nice. And look at the Loon in the left, guys. All the while, I distracted him in the right, and we forced up the arrows with that zap. Then the Loon in the left, that punish. Ooh, that's going to take tower, I think. Yo, because New Duchess is so weak. That's literally 5 or 4 Loon hits. That is tower down, and that is how you do it, guys. Although I really do think he made a grave mistake. Like, if he didn't go for that terrible Void on defense there, or on offense, that was an offensive Void, dude, on the LavaHound. Or I guess defensive? I don't even know what that was. Like, that was so bad. If he didn't do that, though, he could have just voided the Balloon. This is still not over by any means. I feel like this is still scary. Evo Wizard's one of the best counters to LavaHound, and right now, it's kind of scaring me. So we're going to see what we can do. I'll go low Skelly Drags, and my Valk got melted, dude. I'm actually nervous, but I'm back to a Valk in a card, so wait, let me zap. Beautiful value zap. We go for the Valk up high to protect our Skelly Drags, and we actually defended that. That is so nice. Wow. I was not expecting to be able to defend that, guys, I'll be honest with you, because we took 0 damage. That was like a perfect lava defense. I guess I am a lava player. Wow. But with this hand now, I think I just reset with a LavaHound in the back. Honestly, like, Wizard is scary, like, very scary, but you can void it, and now he does have no Evo Wizard in cycle, so this is the time to void the next Wizard. I think he might give up. He called good game twice. I guess that was his all-out push, and now he is, in fact, going to give up, guys. Let's go. Finally, a non-stressful LavaHound game. That was just basically, like, perfect punishing on my end on the Loon opposite, because he wasted so many counters on my push. And this would have been a scary push. Like, LavaLoon, I have Evo Zap. I have Void for the Wizard, right? Let's say he goes Wizard, I'll just void it like that. Then he goes Night Witch, I'll like zap the Night Witch plus the tower. And I also have Evo Valk on defense. Like, honestly, guys, Evo Valk is probably like an A tier Evo. It's a very strong card. I thought it was pretty balanced, but according to Riley, and I mean, he's a better player than me, I do listen to what he says. He replied to one of my tweets, and he was like, Evo Valk is not balanced. So I guess it's pretty strong. But yeah, this deck, very solid, guys. Pretty much the best beatdown deck in the meta right now, I think, because there was like nothing nerfed about Void. Void does deserve another nerf, and it's not nerfed yet. So this deck can just really wreak havoc. That guy was... I already told you guys it was E-Golem after seeing Skelly's plus Night Witch, because no other deck runs that. And I feel like that wasn't like that free of a matchup because he does have the Wizard in there. But Valk was really nice, and he also messed up at the start, and that Loon play at the start was huge as well. So I was very proud of that game, honestly. Last deck, guys, but certainly not least, we have Miner Poison with Mortar. Unfortunately, man, we're not playing Expo today. You guys know I'm an Expo player. In all my videos, I always showcase Expo as the 5th deck. But honestly, after that Tesla nerf, I do not think Expo is a top 5 deck to use in this GT right now. Like, I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't just play it because I main it. Normally I do that, but I have to be straight up with you guys. I don't think it's the move right now. So we are showcasing this one instead. Evo Knight, Evo Mortar. with the Minor Poison, Alan did tell me that since Princess Tower is back, Minor Poison is also back in the meta because Duchess was very good against Minor. So now that Princess is back in the meta, we do have Minor Poison back. We also have the minions because Alan really likes minions. I think mainly because Tesla nerf means it doesn't one-shot minions anymore. There aren't just like zero value minions anymore. Like you can actually get value out of your minions if you use them correctly. And guards are also very strong, honestly. Very solid defensive option. LP just to round it out to have air defense. We have the LP and the minions as air defenses, but it's mainly like a mortar pressure deck with the Minor as a secondary win condition. Mortar can also be used on defense. Minor can also be used on defense, but you ultimately do have just a very safe, stable deck. Like I feel like this deck can just outplay pretty much any matchup. I feel like beatdown would be tricky, but like for example against Expo, like 3 per Expo cycle would be pretty free for this deck, I'd say, because you have just lots of options. And even other decks like maybe Hog, you have lots of counters, like you have guards on defense. So I feel like this deck should be pretty fun and nice to use overall, very well-rounded. Let's go with the Mortar first play. It's not really a bad play considering we do have... Okay, wow, we see the Zappies. I'm going to let this go. And then I think I'll go LP ability. That's not going to hit. Wow, okay. I'll go guards. Okay, it does hit once, finally. I'll go guards, and then we'll go LP ability to hopefully clear all this up, and then we'll go log as well just to continue the cleanup. Look at that. That was so satisfying, man. And now we have a great counter push with the LP and the Guardian and guards. Never mind, one log says no to all of that, but we still get a nice little Minor connection, and we get one Guardian hit on the tower, plus a terrible E-Golem on his end. So I'll just go minions. Does he have anything for the minions? If not, oh, Firecracker, that's annoying, man. But should still be okay. I'm actually going to poison on defense, because this is a little scary. We'll go for the log as well. Let's activate King off the fire. No, never mind. Really, not a bad night, I guess. I still kited the Valkyrie well. So honestly, guys, poison, very good defensive option. But I thought I messed up for a second because I was like, let me just activate King off the firecracker. That'll help me out a lot. And then obviously he just like gets it killed by the poison. But he does have firecrackers. That's going to be annoying. That is going to be a good minions counter, unfortunately. But otherwise, we should be okay. Go guards, LP. Should defend everything just fine. I think, I hope. We'll take a bit of chip in the right, but otherwise we're totally chilling. Yeah, this is not really a big deal. LP's putting in work. I actually think we can mortar with this LP, so I will. And LP will kind of take the brunt of those zappies. Wow, Inferno Tower. This is such a wild deck, dude. What is this deck? Like, weirdest E-Golem deck ever, question mark? Like, he has zappies. So, honestly, zappies aren't even used very much in the meta right now. I only really see them in, like, recruits. Sometimes a graveyard deck. And now this guy's out here saying we're playing zappies, E-Golem, Inferno Tower, so... Hopefully I can show you guys what I meant by a good all-around deck, right? Because... good firecracker again, dude. He's so annoying with these firecrackers, but... should be okay with this defense. He has arrows too. Like, he actually does have good counters to my stuff. I'm going to have to get back to a knight. Good log as well, but this is still, like, we're taking a lot of damage. But this is the push now. Let's go offensive mortar. And then... that firecracker is the real problem, dude. The mortar's going to put in work, though. Hold up. Let's poison the firecracker ASAP. Get out of here, please. And then we actually took so much damage, dude. I don't like this at all. Like, I really don't like this, dude. This is not going well. But I think we can come back. I'm gonna have to go opposite lane for sure. So let's go mortar in the right. As he goes E-Golem like that, that's fine. Let's go for the LP. Log as well. Guards as well. And then if he goes firecracker, I'll just poison that, honestly. Like, screw it. Take that poison. He does have arrows, so arrows are a great minions counter, unfortunately. That is, like, something that's a bit annoying. But LP... oh, that stupid firecracker is still alive, man. Let's just knight the back. Defensive minor. And then we do have to mortar on defense here. I guess I'll go mortar on, like, somewhat offense, right? Like, this is sort of an offensive mortar as well. It does still act as a defensive one by kiting the E-Golem, but also offensive by forcing up the I-Tower. And now I think it's time to pressure, so let's go Evo Knight. Let's go offensive mortar, and then let's go minor as well. And this should be a really promising push, because we've, like, synchronized our Evos to suit this push. Okay, wow, I still hit the firecracker, nice. Need this mortar to get on the tower if I can. Nice on the tower. We finally worked for our connection, guys. So honestly, that was a stressful game, but we were able to walk out on top in the end with really good pressure. Let's protect this to make sure it stays on the tower and wins. GG's. That was honestly, like, tough, because... this deck, like, he actually did have good counters to me, man. He had the firecracker, which I don't really have arrows in my own deck, so I have to either poison it or just let it get infinite value. And then he also had the arrows for the minions, like, and guards. I feel like that wasn't that great, but ultimately this deck has lots of potential again. So that's a flawless 10-0, guys. I think that's been like 3 months in a row now or something where I've gone flawless 10-0, but I'm very proud of it, of course. That is how you do it. That is how it's done. So again, 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks to use to have success in this tournament. And as you can see, I won 1 game with all of them. I tried to keep the mortar one a secret because I always do Expo last, but I just did not really think I could go Expo. I think I could have won this matchup with Expo, but I feel like a lot of people who don't know how to play Expo would not have fun in that matchup. But yeah, as you guys can see here, I had a lot of fun. You know, I was able to beat like Sparky. I was able to beat this weird P.E.K.K.A deck. Like, this bait deck just really cooked against this. This was such a good comeback. I don't think I can have time in the video to show you guys, but I lost my entire tower in like the first minute, and then he just random eye-towered for my Lava Hound, so I was screwed, and then arrows to clean everything up, but I came back, like double crowns. It was so clutch. But yeah, overall, guys, again, all deck links will be in the description below if you guys like to check them out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you guys have the best of luck in this tournament. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.